This video was first done before the report of Gaethje vs Topuria, so just keep that in mind when you're watching it. With the UFC announcing Arman Tsarukyan vs Dan Hooker, I've been thinking, who is next for Ilia Topuria if it's not Arman? I really thought that Arman Tsarukyan was next in line, but apparently not. It's going to be someone else, and I am here to break down who that someone else is. So, the way we're going to do this, first of all, we're going to break down who it's not. It's not Arman Tsarukyan. He's taking on Dan Hooker. Those two out of the equation. It can't be Oliveira. He just lost to Topuria, and it can't be Gamrot either. They're fighting. Islam Makhachev, he's not at lightweight anymore. It can't be him. This leaves 3 fighters left: Baddy, Gaethje, and one people have forgotten about, Max Holloway. I'm going to break this down in why they deserve to fight for the belt and why the UFC might give it to them. Starting off with the man who I think is most likely to get the shot against Topuria, Baddy the Baddy Pimblett. Why does he deserve it? His most recent win was against number 7 ranked at the time, Iron Michael Chandler, who's fought for the belt before. He's fought some high level competition, but he is what, 2-4, something like that, or 2-5 in the UFC. But nonetheless, he's fought for the belt in the past. Baddy is on a 7-fight win streak in the UFC, over names like Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson, along to go with Michael Chandler. So, in terms of actually deserving the title shot, Baddy doesn't really stack up there. He's not fought the level of competition to earn a title shot. But the UFC love Baddy Pimblett because him versus Topuria is money. That is a big fight. That is huge. They've been feuding for ages. You know, Baddy once said that Topuria is going to be on the prelims while he's fighting in main events. Little did we know that Topuria was going to reach the belt first. Obviously, they had that exchange in the hotel room. Hand sanitizer boy.
When I saw him last time, he got a hand sanitizer bottle bounced off his foot. Hand sanitizer boy!
Baddy throws the bottle over at Topuria's head. Topuria slips, goes for the counter right, doesn't have the ability to connect. This has a potential to be one of the biggest fights in UFC history, and the UFC, they want to cash in so bad. And I think if they want to cash in on the fight, they have to do it now, because now is the perfect time. Realistically, Baddy, he's going to really struggle against all those people above him: Holloway, Gaethje, Oliveira, Arman. He's going to struggle against these names. And so, if the UFC don't want to risk losing out on the Topuria versus Baddy fight, which I think they're afraid of, they've got to do that fight now. Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Why does he deserve it? He's ranked number 5. He last beat Fiziev, who was ranked number 11 at the time, I believe. And he's gone 3-1 in his last 4 fights. He beat Fiziev twice, beat Poirier for the BMF title, and he lost to Max Holloway at UFC 300. So, also, not really the best resume. No one at lightweight is really stacking up and pushing and showing and earning their way to the title. Everyone's talking and yapping, bro. We need some action in the lightweight division. We need someone to step up like Gamrot and actually have some movement, and they need to fight each other because this is a fighting sport. Let's put fighting back in the UFC, especially in lightweight. Why would the UFC give it to him? He's threatening retirement. He's threatening the UFC that if he doesn't get a title shot, he is going to retire. So maybe the UFC is just going to say, do you know what, Gaethje? You've been through a lot of wars. You've put your blood, sweat and tears on the line for the company. You've put on some amazing fights. So for your last fight, we will allow you to go against Ilia Topuria. And then Topuria likely wins that. And then Gaethje's gone. You can forget about him. The whole division can move on. Max blessed Holloway. People have been flipping heck. People have been sleeping on Max Holloway, you know, including myself, because I forgot he was at lightweight now. He's currently number 3 ranked, I believe, 3 or 4. And in his last fight at UFC 318, he beat Dustin Poirier in his retirement fight. And he's 2-1 at lightweight. Obviously, the one loss being on short notice when he was still at featherweight to Poirier in the second fight between those two warriors. And as I said before, he knocked out Justin Gaethje at UFC 300, who was in the running for a title shot. So that's a good reason for Holloway to be put above Gaethje in the totem pole. Only reason Holloway shouldn't get the title shot, he's not that experienced at lightweight, only 3 fights, 2 of them recently, and he's already lost to Topuria. He's already lost to the champion. That was only at UFC 308. So Holloway might have to get 1 or 2 more wins before he's eligible to get a title shot. Why would the UFC give him this? I don't think the UFC really wanted to give it to Holloway at this point. I can see them much rather giving it to Baddy or Gaethje at this moment in time. Simply because I think Baddy, the money's there, and Gaethje, they just want to give it to him as a retirement fight. But a rematch would be a big fight. You know, Holloway going for double champ status, that could be a big thing. A rematch could be a very, very big fight between Topuria and Holloway. So those are the main 3 that I think are going to get it. Baddy, I think is most likely, then Gaethje, then Holloway. Let me know what you think. Who do you think should get the title shot? Who do you think will get the title shot? And I'll see you all in the next one.